Hi everyone, this is Denise Levy. I'm an artist and designer, and today I'm going to show you how to put together this schoolhouse card. And even though I know most everyone is back to school, I'm recording this at September 18th. I think there's still time to wish someone a great school year. So I'm starting with a card base. I like to put glue just on the bottom when I'm working with big areas, when I'm gluing big areas down. And then once I'm confident that I have that lined up, then I go ahead and lift up the rest of that cardstock and get glue underneath it. And then I will press that down, and then I will use the same technique with this green layer that has the solid shape of the schoolhouse. So I'm just going to put glue just on the bottom part of this layer, put it on the card base, kind of tap it and stack it, make sure that's lined up, and then I will get glue all the way around there and make sure that is secure. And I'm going to put glue, a little bit of glue behind the peak of this schoolhouse. You will not have to do this. I did adjust the file so the schoolhouse actually does overlap a little bit. That'll make sense when you make the card. So I'm going to set that aside. I'm not going to glue this blue frame down right now. And now I'm going to glue this yellow behind the red schoolhouse that creates the windows there. And then I'm going to move on and get this top black peak in place. And sorry for that yellow part being really sped up. This tutorial recorded really goofy, and so I've had to mess around with the speeds. So anyway, I apologize for that, and hopefully this part isn't, for some reason this was recorded in slow motion. Yeah, so hopefully this isn't going to be terrible to watch. But anyway, okay, so I got that little roof line in place, and now I'm going to get this other one in place. And I kind of like to dry fit everything before I start gluing, just to make sure that I've got it going the correct way, etc. I'm going to get some glue down on that. I'm using my tweezers here, and then I will get that in place. And this does come together pretty easily, but there are quite a few small pieces, which I kind of enjoy putting things like this together. It's almost like a little puzzle. So I'm just going to get out all the little pieces, and you've got these details for the windows, and I'm going to get just get those dry fit like so, and then I will pick it up, and then I will get a little bit of glue behind, and then get that glued down to this little schoolhouse. And there you go. And I think these little details add a lot to the card. And they cut beautifully for me, so you shouldn't have any problems, even though they are kind of delicate little pieces. So this is the door. I'm going to get the door down, and it just goes centered there on the bottom. And then I have these two cross sections that go in the rectangular windows. Just going to get little dots of glue. That's why I really like using this Barely Arts glue, because it's got that precision tip on it. So it makes applying glue on these little pieces really easy. So I've got that one down, and then I just have one more here, and I'll get just a couple little dots. Doesn't take a lot of glue. This glue is very strong. And I will get that in the other window, and this little schoolhouse is kind of coming to life. And then there's just one little detail piece on the door, this little line, just to make it look like it's actually two doors that open instead of one just solid door. So that little line's just going to go right down the center there. And then the schoolhouse is almost done. I'm going to move on and put this little pencil together. This comes together pretty easily. I'm going to dry fit. So you've got the black is just making sure I've got it going the right way. So I pulled out that blue frame that it's got a little bump out showing you where exactly you're going to glue that. So the black is the background, and then this brown goes on first. And I'm going to use my tweezers, get some glue down, get that glued into place. And then that creates the wood of the pencil, and then also exposes the pencil lead there at the tip. And then I'll move on to the yellow part of this pencil, and just get that dry fit, make sure I've got that that is correct, and then I'll get glue behind that and get that in place. And then all we'll have left to do is get the little pink eraser on the end there. Like I was saying, I know school has started, but I do think you could still send a card like this now. If you wanted to customize this card, you sure could with the school colors. You change out those background layers of the card, and you could really easily customize this to whatever school colors your student attends. So now I've got this pink eraser in place, and the pencil is done. Now I'm going to move on to the little sentiments, starting with the word school. I weighted that, and now I'm using transfer tape, and I'm going to get that down. This goes on the schoolhouse. So the sentiment is kind of spread out through the card. You have a great at the top, and then this word school is on the schoolhouse, and then year is on the pencil. So have a great school year is the total sentiment. So I've got that down in place. I burnished that a little bit. Now I'm going to pull off the transfer tape, and looks like I might need to burnish it just a little bit more. Yep. I was just being impatient there. So I'm going to burnish that just a little bit more, and then I will carefully remove the transfer tape. And then the schoolhouse is almost done. I will set that aside and move on to the sentiment that goes on the pencil. Okay. And yeah, all right. So I'm going to weed the word year, and then using transfer tape again, I will get that put on the little pencil, and it just goes right on the center there of the yellow part of the pencil. Pretty simple. And again, I just get that down, and then I just use my little scraper, and I really burnish each little letter, and then I will carefully remove the transfer tape, and then the pencil will be complete. And then I will move on to the Have a Great, which I cut out of yellow vinyl. And I like to burnish both the front and the back before I pull off the transfer tape, just to make sure all those letters do release, and they do. And then I will get this placed on the top of the frame, and there are bump outs for each letter, so it does show you exactly where to put down this sentiment. And now I'm going to glue that completed blue frame in place. I just find it easier to put a sentiment on when the frame hasn't already been attached to the card, but you sure can do it the other way if it's easier for you. So I glued the pencil down, and now I'm getting the schoolhouse in place. And then the last thing is just the little bell, and it just hangs right there. On your file, I did add a little black background shape so you know exactly where to put that bell, just to make it simpler. And that's the card. Thank you so much for watching. I sure do appreciate your supporting my art. And if you're interested in buying this card, all the links are in my profile. Thanks again. Have a great day.